Suho walked out of the hall under intense questioning by reporters. He got in the car and panicked and left. Not long after the president learned about all of his eldest son's actions and immediately became angry, he raised the glass of wine in his hand and threw it hard at Such Chol, but the glass of wine suddenly hit Min Suk on the head. Blood kept flowing, but Mino could only suffer in silence. Suho went to find Ji Hyun. He carefully helped her bandage her scratches, then he took her to his restaurant. He knew Ji Hyun had fasted all day but didn't know her taste, so he ordered her a lot of food. Seeing that Ji Hyun was not interested in food, Suho called the chef over and said to throw it all away. Ji Hyun was afraid of wasting food, so she started eating. This is the power of the rich child. He clearly wanted Ji Hyun to eat more but acted like he was being stubborn. Then, while Ji Hyun was sleeping, Suho thoughtfully covered her with a blanket. But the next day he continued to act like a rich child and arrogant. He forced Ji Hyun to sign a paper promising to pay 1,000,000 won. Suho's purpose in doing so is to be able to know all of Ji Hyun's actions. Then he went to Ji Hyun's house again. He helped her mother pay off all the debt and redeemed their house, and he also heard news of Ji Hyun's mother through the middle-aged man's words. Then Suho went to find Min Suk and gave him the reputation of being a good person, so that Jae Hyun went to see her boyfriend who never showed up when she was having difficulties. At this moment Min Suk's eyes were no longer affectionate. The person he once loved dearly has now turned into a stranger. When they met again, he no longer said sweet words. He drove Ji Hyun to the place where her mother was being held, then told her that her mother was detained here for fraud. Now the debt has been paid off, the house has been redeemed, she can go see her mother later. When Ji Hyun asked him where he got so much money to pay off her mother's debt, he nonchalantly said to break up in this world. The hardest words to say between two people who love each other are the sentence to break up 6 years of love, and yet it was easy to say to break up. Ji Hyun couldn't accept it, and asked Min Suk when his feelings started to change. But Min Suk didn't want to explain it all and got in the car and left. Her younger sister passed away, her boyfriend accidentally said goodbye, and finally Ji Hyun's tears fell endlessly. This scene was seen by Suho sitting in the car far away. This mother had just walked out of prison when she heard her eldest daughter tell her the bad news that her second daughter had passed away. Looking into Ji-eun's ear, the mother couldn't help but shed tears of regret. She could not believe that she had only been locked in prison for a few days and her youngest daughter had left her forever. She blamed Ji Hyun for holding such a simple funeral. Ji Hyun collapsed and had to tell her mother actually when she was alive. Ji-eun, in order to help mother pay off her debt, went to work at an illegal job placement center, which is why she lost her life. The mother couldn't believe it. She picked up her bag and quickly turned around and left. Then she went to find the middle-aged man who had lent her money before. It turned out that Tong had told the mother before that if she needed money she would take Ji-eun to work there. At that time the mother only thought he was joking but did not expect that her daughter would actually be taken there to earn money to pay off her debt. But Ji Hyun said these things aren't important already. The most important thing right now is to clearly investigate the cause of Ji-eun's death. It seems that the loss of her daughter's life is not simple at all. Obviously Tae-sung knows something to quickly investigate the cause of her daughter's death. The mother had to flatter Ta-sun, but he is an extremely cunning man. He refused to mention a word about Ji-eun's story, but the mother felt that perhaps he was holding some evidence elsewhere. Ji-eun was working when she received a notice from the director telling her to go receive VIP guests. When Ji-eun carried the things to help the rich girl go to her boyfriend's side, she discovered that the other man was Min Suk. Her boyfriend just broke up with her not long ago. Yesterday he broke up with his girlfriend of years, and the next day he was holding hands with a rich girl. Ji Hyun finally knew the reason Min Suk asked to break up. Chae-ah chooses an expensive vest for Min Suk. Ji Hyun finally spoke up. She said this gentleman's figure is a bit skinny. Maybe a slim shirt would suit him better. Chae-ah turned her head to look at Ji Hyun, who had just spoken. She suddenly felt like this staff seemed to have seen somewhere before, but Chae-ah couldn't remember where she had seen this girl before. When Chae-ah went to the bathroom, Min Suk was about to explain to Ji Hyun. When she interrupted, she said she wouldn't interfere in his privacy anymore. Chae-ah returned from the bathroom to see her fiancé. Suo was also at the store. She quickly pulled Min Suk up to leave, but Ji Hyun followed behind because she was carrying too many things and accidentally fell down. Suo was passing by and saw this scene. After saying a few rude words, Suo used the excuse of needing staff and pulled Ji Hyun away, leaving Chae-ah with a suspicious look on her face. At this moment, Chae-ah remembered that the woman just now was the family member of the girl she killed who appeared at the press conference that day. Min Suk returned to the company while working. He received a bouquet of fresh flowers and a gift box. When he opened the box, there was a USB inside. The contents of the USB made even a calm person like Min Suk tremble in fear. That's the video from the day Ji-eun's incident happened. At that moment, he received a phone call. The mysterious person said I knew about Min Suk covering up the case and even threatened Min Suk to do as he said. Min Suk followed the instructions in the call to the door and saw a man signaling him to get in the car. This man is Tong. It turned out that he had previously used Min Suk's name to become an employee who personally installed surveillance cameras at the swimming pool and then got the video of Chae-ah beating Ji-eun. He knows that the one who hides the truth and benefits from this is Min Suk, so he came to find Mel. He said that if that video was leaked, many people would be in trouble. Perhaps Min Suk will be the one in the biggest trouble. Even Ji-hyun and Min Suk also cheated her. He was disgusted by Min Suk's actions, Tan said. Suo now thinks he killed Ji-eun. If you don't want Suo and the chairman to know that you're hiding this matter, then you have to go ask Chae-ah for $1 billion and generously say that after this case is successful, I will give you %. Min Suk had no other choice but to prepare money on Suo's side. He went to see the doctor again to ask about his illness. The doctor told him there was currently no way to continue prolonging his life after hearing the doctor's words. Suo was no longer angry like before. He smiled in pain and left the hospital. He decided not to think anymore. In the short time left, he will live his life to the fullest for himself. This time Ji-hyun came to find him because both his identity and position made others dare not despise him. She begged him to help her investigate the truth of her younger sister's death. At this moment, Suo was not sure if he truly wanted to protect this girl in front of him, or if he was just feeling sorry for her. In the end, he decided not to care about Ji-hyun anymore and left this place. He wanted to find a quiet place to live the rest of his days. Ji-hyun's mother came to find Tung again. She wanted to hear him tell a few words about Ji-eun's story, but after only 3 beers, Tung was so drunk that he passed out. Ji-hyun was worried about her mother, so she came to see her mother. At that moment, there was a banging sound on the door. Ji-hyun and her mother quickly hid behind the desk. A few thugs came in. The leader of the group was Kong and Bell from the illegal job placement place. They asked Taesun where the evidence was. It was the video of Chae-ah at the pool that day. Ji-hyun and her mother hid behind the table and heard their conversation clearly on Mino's side. Troublesome people come to him one after another. The employee who installed the camera illegally found Min Suk. This person knew that Min Suk received $1 billion thanks to the swimming pool case, but he had nothing. This person asked Min Suk to give him $1 billion. Otherwise, Min Suk's true face will be revealed. Min Suk has no choice but to borrow money from Chae-ah. She didn't ask why and immediately agreed. After going through what happened that night, she gradually became attached to Min Suk, and at the same time, she also appreciated him for helping her hide it in the middle of a busy airport. Suo's figure looked extremely lonely. He looked around, knowing that this might be the last time he visited this place at this moment. Ji-hyun was extremely worried and ran to stop Suo, who was about to board the plane. She begged him to help her, saying that her younger sister had been recorded by surveillance cameras at the swimming pool that day. Hearing Ji-hyun men on the surveillance camera, Suo was a bit hesitant because up until now he still wasn't sure whether he had harmed Ji-eun or not. But through Ji-hyun, Suo learned that the surveillance camera had recorded the scene at the swimming pool. He decided not to go anymore. At first he thought he had harmed Ji-eun. Now he just wanted to clarify what happened that night to clearly understand the incident. Suo intended to spend $1 million to buy that video because he was greedy. He quoted a price of $1 billion, but then he contacted Min Suk to sell the video. The second time, he arranged for both of them to arrive at the location he sent at tonight. While Tang was waiting to hug both Suo and Min Suk, Ji-hyun's mother quietly followed. After following for a while, she finally found where Tae-sung was hiding. As soon as she encountered him, she threw prepared gasoline on him and at the same time took out a lighter, wanting to die with him. Tan started to get scared, immediately took out the USB, and started entice Ji-hyun's mother. Tan said that he had a plan today. He planned to meet the person who covered up Ji-eun's case. Tan also said that he did all of this for Ji-eun, but Ji-hyun's mother did not know that Tae-sung's purpose for this trip was for money. On the other hand, Min Suk cunningly arranged a date to meet with Kong and Bell. He promised Kong and Bell that if you could get the video from Tun's hands, I would give you $1 billion. Kong and Bell also said that he would keep it absolutely secret. That evening Tae-sung took Ji-hyun's mother with him to the transaction location, seeing that the traitor was Ji-hyun's ex-boyfriend. Ji-hyun's mother was extremely surprised. Min Suk saw Ji-hyun's mother sitting in the car and quickly waved for the truck to stop, but it was too late.
This part ends here. For knowing what happened next, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel.